Hey guys, so due to the technical difficulties that we had today, August 24th, the first day of school, I'm gonna do my best to catch you guys up with everything that we missed, all right? That way we don't fall behind. This is actually one of the beautiful things about Schoology, is that all these things that we create, we can put in neat little folders where you guys can find at any time, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm going to kind of take you through a quick, I'm talking about a really quick tutorial on just how to access your courses, how to access the Zooms and all that as well, okay? And then after we're done with that, we're gonna go over some Zoom etiquette, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about the daily discussions and why we need those and everything, and then we should be done, all right? Okay, so here I just clicked, my Schoology account, and I clicked here Theater Arts, right? This is first period, which is JV Theater, and I have this welcome right here, this welcome theater, and it's got information right here. It's gonna have the Zoom link that we have every single day. Now, if you're in Tech 1, it'll say, Zoom link for Tech 1, whatever. If it's advanced theater, whatever, but it'll always be here. When you click on that, it's going to take you directly to the Zoom meeting, okay? I'll always have, here's the time, like for instance, for first period, it's 9 a.m., so it's gonna show 9 a.m. there, all right? So let's say you wanna check what the work for the day is, all right? You're gonna click on week 1, and that folder is gonna open a bunch of other folders. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? If you click on Monday, which was today, it's gonna have a daily discussion, all right? You're gonna wanna make sure that you click on this daily, all right, and answer it, because this is how I keep attendance. This is also how I know that you logged into your Schoology at some point and that you were able to answer it. It'll never be long. It won't be like a full essay or anything like that. It'll usually be a couple sentences, maybe a paragraph, whatever, so you should be fine. This is basically everything that I was gonna hit today that we weren't able to because of the technical difficulties, okay? So I got Zoom etiquette, everything in here. In here is where I will put the videos for the Zooms every single day. I'm not gonna put today's just because, again, the technical difficulties, but what I will put is the video that I'm currently doing right now to kind of show you what we were gonna do on Monday. And again, that's what's pretty awesome about Schoology, is that we will never, it's possible for us not to fall behind, all right? So some of these are gonna be published and some of these are gonna be unpublished for you guys, meaning that you can view some of them and some of them you can't. So like for instance, on your view, if you go to Wednesday, you will not be able to view it yet because we have not published it yet. It exists, but we haven't published it yet. So make sure you're just doing like a day at a time, all right? Okay, for Zoom etiquette, all right, there's a few principles that I want you guys to kind of look at, okay? First of all, you wanna pay attention to your video, microphone, and screen sharing settings and avoid embarrassing mistakes. Always keep the chat rooms appropriate. Okay, most of these are, this is pretty logical, right? But that microphone will get away from you sometimes. Like you'll think you're on mute and you're not, or the other way around. So make sure you're always, make sure the microphone is on mute when it needs to be and it's off mute whenever, you need to be off mute. Now know that the way that I put the settings means that you're on mute as soon as you join the meeting. So that means that it's on you to turn off mute if I ask you a question or something, all right? Keep the chat rooms like appropriate. I eventually can get all that and I can look at it. So just make sure that if, you're chatting with me or you're chatting with somebody, it's appropriate. I understand that sometimes you don't want to turn on your screen. I would like for you guys to turn on your screen as much as possible just so I can see your face and get to know you or whatever. If, for whatever reason you don't want to, that's totally fine. You're not going to get in trouble or nothing's going to happen to you or anything like that because of it. But do try to screen share as much as possible so I can, so I can see you and I can get to know you, all right? The second part is to designate your workplace. So make sure wherever you're at is quiet. I know in some houses it's really hard, especially if you have like little brothers and sisters or whatever, and I totally get that. But as much as you can, make sure at least for the time that we're meeting that you're in some sort of quiet place and that your background is not too busy, which means like there's just a lot of stuff in the background that can be, distracting or anything like that, okay? Or you can also use one of those cool little virtual backgrounds. make sure you check your Wi-Fi, test your video, test your audio, okay, and make sure your software is up to date and everything is good before the Zoom. I usually like to check my Zoom about 30 minutes before, just to make sure that everything's, good. It doesn't mean that you have to sit there for 30 minutes before class starts, but you could just check it real quick, check your video and everything, and then you can just kind of like shut your video off and your audio, and then once class starts, turn them back on or whatever. Okay. Make sure you communicate with the host. We have different ways to do that. You can raise your hand, you respond yes or no. If sometimes you feel like answering something in the chat, go ahead. Okay. Request a break. All that stuff is stuff that you can totally let me know. Since sometimes I'll be kind of doing doing some screen sharing. It only allows me to see a couple people at a time sometimes. So make sure you're raising your hand through the little icon so I can see it, because I may not see it if you're physically doing it, especially if I'm going through some sort of presentation, okay? And of course, be professional, be dressed appropriately, and sit tall and look directly at the camera, okay? And what that means is, like if you look bored, just like you would in class, right? Sometimes if you look bored and you're slouching, the teacher will be like, hey, are you okay? Like, do you need to, go to the bathroom or something? So make sure that you're paying attention to everything that's going on. Cool? All right, guys. Awesome. Thank you for listening.